So we were talking yesterday about what the stand challenge with Gary Vee is and what John, you and Gary, I went into it thinking, I got to have my lead magnets done. I got to have my tiny offers done. And they blew me away when on the first call, they were like, you don't need any of that stuff. Just start with something something that a younger you would want solved, and offer coaching on that. And I hadn't thought about that, but I've been thinking about it more. And I do remember when I was starting my real estate photography media company, I just wanted to be able to call someone and ask them one or two things, how high should I raise the camera, or what should I do in this instance? And there was no one to call. I was in coaching, but I needed the answer fairly quickly. And, this is where if I was part of a community, I could have asked in there, or if I had a coach, I could have emailed them and gotten an answer. So I do understand the value of the coaching. And I know I can bring value to whoever tries it. I know I can coach someone how to take better Airbnb photos. I know I can coach someone on how to start a real estate media business. And I know I can coach someone on how to better use AI if they've never done AI. A lot of these programs talk about you don't need to be the expert. You just need to be 10% better than the person you're talking to. And that makes you a little more relatable. And I never thought about that. But just because you're not the expert, I don't need to ask Kelby in Sarasota, he actually is in Oldsmar, how to set up a picture or how to take a particular picture, because it's like asking a nuclear scientist how to change a light bulb. There are other people I can go to for that information and save the John Kelby question for something that's a lot more important or relevant or needs a little more expertise. So I think the coaching aspect is going to be interesting. And they're not saying don't create tiny offers and lead magnets and mini courses and courses. And so I'm going to continue. My goal is still to I've got my lead magnets done. I want to have my tiny offers complete by October 8th, which is when the challenge starts. And so at least we'll have something to put in the store. There are people starting this challenge, and believe me, I'm just trying to, if you get $555 in sales in two months, you get entered into a drawing. They take the top 10 performers, which I know is not going to be me, which I'm new. I'm okay. I'm fine with that. But if I can sell $555, I'm hoping I can do that a month with all the things that they're coaching me through. I'll be happy, because it's the start of more of an independent journey where I control the outcome, not the real estate market, not the weather, it's more on my workflow and what I do. So these digital products, I'm pretty excited about. And, it's not like you don't just hit a button and go. I mean, I've been working with Chat GPT acting as an assistant because you cannot depend on it to give you a complete product. It messes stuff up. And then Canva, if you pull up a template that's in the reserve, and let's say it's from Germany, but you liked it, then there's a chance that the wording in Canva is going to be all German. It's the most freaking irritating thing. And I'm on the extended plan, so I need to learn how to use Canva better. And I'm going to work on that. All these tools, you know, I sat around and I didn't think I'd ever need them, but knew that they were going to be useful at some point in time. And then all of a sudden, I need them quickly and I don't know how to use them. It's free. So I wasted all this time. I wouldn't say wasted. I redirected my resources to learning other things. And I probably should have focused on learning the basics of the programs that would help me the most. Now, in the end, I mean, that's paid off a little bit for me with the Adobe products, because there were several things that I never learned how to do manually that is now done automatically for me. So I didn't really need to learn that, but it was a skill that, you know, probably would have been a good one to establish. So I'm going to offer coaching, a community forum, probably at like $4 a month or something. Tiny offers, email lead magnets, my tiny offers, my mini courses, and my main courses. So it's all part of how you want to drive people to the final outcome that's going to help them best. I mean, I'm not sure if you only have one Airbnb property, you need a main course. You need like a tiny offer, maybe a mini course, but you could probably get it also with coaching, and I can just tell you how to do it. So something like that. We want to make it as easy as possible for everyone. Coaching, community, tiny offers, mini courses, and main courses. Those are the main things at this moment I'm going to offer. And then we'll expand our kind of pillars, our subjects on all four of those things each time we come up with a new idea. So that will be what's interesting, is to get a better understanding on how to teach something, how long it takes to learn the material, to be able to talk about it and teach on it. So we'll see. I don't think it's going to take that long, but for sure, I still need to develop the raw skills. I mean, I need to get 100 videos in. I looked, and officially, I think I'm at 13, which is why this 365-day post challenge from John Yu is so important. Hello. So this will keep, there's no question about it. You need to post every day. So my biggest problem is coming up with a decent thumbnail. Chat it takes me almost an hour to come up with a decent thumbnail. So we'll see. I'm sure I'll get better at that. You're supposed to do your thumbnails and descriptions and titles before you do it, but I'm not to that level yet. So right now I'm just trying to accomplish the goal of doing an activity and learning from that. So I hope you enjoy this content, or at least find it a little useful. Hopefully you can see things I'm doing that annoy you and be like, well, I'm never going to do it that way. Or see some things I'm doing that you think are a good idea and you pick them up. But I think, after you get over the fear of the first post, it's staying in that grind. For me, I cannot stop. I can post and be on a roll, but if I stop, I'm done and I'm messed up for a week because I don't get back on and do what I know I need to be doing. There's always an excuse, always a reason. And with this 365 challenge, there's no excuses. The question is, how much do I want? How important to me is it that I'm successful? And as the real estate market continues to struggle, and as I continue to get more and more houses closer to my house to take pictures of, my desire to drive in Tampa traffic for an hour for $300 is waning. And now that I'm see a light at the end of a tunnel, a way to fix all this, or a way to find a way to get to my end goal, which is taking more nature, wildlife photography, and go to more places, travel more places. I think, it's just a matter of, is it important to me? And it is. I say it is, but now it's time for me to prove that it is. So thanks for joining me today, and we'll talk to you very soon. Have a great one. This is where I experiment. If you want to see the real side of the journey and some exciting destinations along the way, subscribe now and follow along.
Don't miss the next video. Hit subscribe.